Most of you have probably answered this question multiple times, especially with other content creators asking, what's the best season we've ever seen in Apex? But today I want to talk about the update that changed Apex Legends forever. So if I asked you what's the best season you've ever played in Apex or ever seen or experienced in Apex, or even if you're an outsider who's probably new, you've probably seen some of the greatest moments in the history of Apex Legends, and you could probably say that Season 3, Season 2, maybe even Season 7 were the best seasons in Apex Legends. But there was a time where Apex had a huge update that really changed this game from being the game that we knew back then into a almost completely different game that we have now. So these are the official turning points in Apex history that really define the game that we have now and love. So go ahead and think of your biggest turning point in Apex Legends history, and then I'll give a few honorable mentions, probably including some of those that you come up with, and then we'll finish off with the one that I think is the biggest turning point in Apex history and the update that changed Apex forever. So the first honorable mention is definitely Season 2 update. I think this was so big because we had never seen an official map change. We really anticipated getting one in Season 1. Because we never got one, I think it made Season 2's map change a lot better. So we actually had the Leviathans invade the Season 2 map. People were really excited about the new ranked mode that came out. This is probably one of the biggest stepping stones for Apex Legends, no doubt, because we finally went from being a casual game that you play with your friends all the way to being a competitive game that you can watch online and people compete for thousands of dollars. So moving on to the second honorable mention we have is the aftermarket collection event in Season 6 that featured crossplay. So crossplay was definitely one of the biggest features everyone has been asking for quite some time. We finally got that in Season 6 aftermarket collection event, and this really changed the course of Apex, no doubt, because people were finally able to get queue times faster, play with their friends from other platforms, and really have the opportunity to experience Apex Legends at its max. And the hype around this event was no doubt simply for crossplay. No one really cared about the collection event, I don't think. People were probably a little excited for Caustic's Heirloom, but people were definitely anticipating this crossplay feature a lot more than this Caustic Heirloom, I would say. So moving on to the third honorable mention, this one is a little bit weird because it didn't really serve as a turning point for positive ways, in my opinion. It actually served as a turning point into a way that we didn't want to see Apex go, and that was the Solos event mode. Now, most people wanted Solos mode to stay permanent, but because this game actually had a lot of negative feedback with Solos mode, it unfortunately served as a turning point in the direction of us not getting Solos. So I would say it was quite a massive turnout. A lot of people played Solos, and I would say a lot of people really enjoyed Solos, but the stats apparently said that a lot of people didn't stay around for Solos, so that's why they decided to take away and never bring it back. Now, still, a lot of people are really wanting this feature to come back in the future, and the last that we heard from it is that it wasn't completely off the table. They were trying to find a way for it to work in Apex Legends future. And moving on to the last honorable mention we have, in my opinion, this is probably going to spark some disinterest. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with this because they thought this would probably be the number one, but this is actually still an honorable mention in my opinion, and that was the Season 3 World's Edge launch. So when it comes to the argument of turning points, you could make the argument that this is the biggest influential season that really affected all of our future seasons because it was such a good season so early in the game. So this is probably one of the biggest updates we ever had because it featured a new map that everyone really loved and also was probably one of the best ranked maps and esports maps in history. Once this map came out, people really started to hate Kings Canyon for a lot of reasons, but people never really wanted to go back to that map and wanted to stay on World's Edge for quite some time. And for a map to have that kind of effect on you is a really good positive feature, showing you that the map is really good. And I would say other than the really massive Christmas event that we had, for the most part, the game really felt like your traditional Apex and nothing really changed that much about it. You still went around the same way, picked up weapons, shot people, tried to win first place in a battle royale. Nothing really was new about the way you rotated, about the way you shot, about the way you positioned yourself. It was still pretty much the same. So I put it at second place simply because of the new map that was massive and the really good Christmas event and the Christmas LTM mode that we had. But I have to say, honestly, there's no season to ever make Apex feel like such a breath of fresh air and like a completely new game other than Season 7. And I know a lot of you are going to disagree with that, but that's okay because I really do believe, honestly, I stand firm on this, that Season 7 is the biggest season launch we've had. And I would say without doubt, Olympus is the best map that we have on the market right now for Apex. It's better than Season 1, Season 2, and Season 5 Kings Canyon, and it's also better than Season 3, Season 4, and Season 6 World's Edge. And there's so much potential for this map to be even better because it actually has less POIs than the other ranked maps, at least for World's Edge. I'm not sure if it has less than Kings Canyon, but I know it has less than World's Edge. But it's not just a map that makes this game feel so fresh. The Trident vehicles actually make this game feel like a complete different game. I do think it's not very healthy because of the third-party feature is really getting bad and out of hand with the Tridents, but I do think it is making this game feel like something new, something fresh, something we've never seen before. It's kind of like an Apex blessing in disguise. Even though some people hate the Trident vehicles because of the third parties, they're also really good because it makes you feel like you're playing a different game. Along with the best map we've ever had, along with the Trident vehicles, we also have the greatest season launch ever of a legend, which is Horizon. Most time when a new season comes out, you're used to trying them once and realizing they're a terrible legend to begin with, and you never use them again. But finally with the season, we got a really good legend who's usable, who's great for the team, great for you, and fun to play. So in my opinion, season 7 was the turning point, the biggest update that changed Apex forever. And now that we've had a lot of time to play it, I think I can confidently say that. I've been waiting to make this video because I wanted to make sure that everything was kind of the way I thought it was, but I think that this season is really solid, definitely one of the best, if not the best we've ever had. So like I said, I can understand if you think season 3 is a better season, and I'm not saying that season 7 is the best season. It's definitely one of the best seasons, but I think it is no doubt the most influential season, the biggest update we've ever had, the update that changed Apex more than any other update we've had before. I think Apex season 7 saved Apex in a massive way, and I think the future of Apex is now bright because of that season. So let me know down in the comments if you guys agree. If you guys don't, then also let me know down in the comments what you think it is. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. Also subscribe to the channel for some more Apex Legends content like this. Also join the Discord down below if you guys want to be able to participate in weekly giveaways for 1,000 Apex coins. But that's going to be it for me today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. It's Vibe or Die. Stay positive, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.